Slingshot's gone. We have a clean start, the final moto of this doubleheader weekend. The Budweiser Racing Pro Motocross Tour here at Hammond River Raceway, and a familiar number out front, the 127 of Glenhor. Could not redeem himself in an earlier moto, the 250 Pro Moto, after he fell off and came up dead last. But believe me, he is out to show them the way around on this one. He's turned the fastest laps of the day. And Glenhor has mechanical problems. He's off the track. Larry Northrop takes over the lead. Glenhor reaches for the goggles. He's out of it. The 127 machine sideline, a mechanical DNF, highly unusual for Glenhor. And now Larry Northrop of Moncton takes over the lead on the number 81. Joe Doucette on the number 63 out of Sherwood, Prince Edward Island, sits second. And then your intermediate leader, the 05 of Derek Scott. Frank Campbell, your third place pro, is next, and then Johnny Montez on the 182, the borrowed Scott Lockhart Yamaha, sits second in the intermediate field. Jason Embleton on the number 4 Yamaha is third, and Dave Gorman out of Fredericton, back out of retirement on the number 5 machine, sits at the back of the field. Glenhor, with a look of much disgust, reached to the back of his helmet and dislodged his goggles, and it sure looks like the day is over for him. Not that that matters a whole lot. He has a significant points lead in the championship series. And speaking of that series, we move next to Shubenacadie, Nova Scotia, the 19th and 20th of September. And then Riverglade, New Brunswick, the 3rd and 4th of October, adjacent Riverglade Speedway. Larry Northrop making tracks here. Boy, he has been a surprise since he has not ridden in the second half of the series and has come out of nowhere to show him all the way around. Northrop had a severe crash here last year, bailed off, and as the football players say, rung his bell. He ended up with a severe concussion, just ripped off a 108.95 lap. Joe Doucette continues to run second. Frank Campbell moves around the inside of Derek Scott, who is your intermediate leader. Johnny Montez, the number 75 rider, the number 182 motorcycle, sits second in the intermediate field. Jason Embleton third, and fourth, the number 5 of Fredericton's Dave Gorman. If you want to see a rider who is riding like a man possessed, keep your eye on the number 63 of Joe Doucette. Yesterday, he ripped a fork seal and bled fork oil into his front brake. Since the front brake is 80% or better of all the braking on a motocrosser, Doucette was destined not to finish well. Well, we replaced the fork seal last night, cleaned up the brakes, and he is out there running well today and chasing Larry Northrop. Stopwatch runs on our leader once again, the Toys for Big Boys Honda of number 81, Larry Northrop. Then the high-tech toys, Suzuki of number 63, Joe Doucette. Third on the course, number 129, Frank Campbell. And there's a war in the intermediate field, the 05 of Derek Scott. Johnny Montez on the borrowed Yamaha, the number 182 machine, is second. Jason Embleton staying with the battle on the number 4 Yamaha. Derek Scott pulls something out of a hat when he gets out in front. He's doing it right now as he holds Johnny Montez in behind him. The 05 Suzuki, the number 182 machine, goes by side in the air. Scott and Montez closes the door to take over the lead in the intermediate field. Your leader in the pro class, back into the spectator set once again, the number 81 of Larry Northrop, heads for the tabletop at the halfway card. High in the air, Northrop puts it down smoothly on the downslope. Joe Doucette kisses the top of the tabletop as he goes by. A 107.79 lap now for Larry Northrop as he continues the hot pace. Stopwatch running on Joe Doucette to see if he is quicker or slower than the first place rider. Frank Campbell's got to be feeling good. The 129 machine sits in third spot. Johnny Montez leads his class on the number 182 machine. Behind him, the second place rider in the intermediates, Derek Scott on the 05. And then Jason Embleton on the number 4, McLean Sports Yamaha, in third place in the intermediates. Your leader over the step jump once again, number 81, Larry Northrop, continues to cruise missile around this Hammond River Raceway circuit. Over the tabletop, your leader high in the air, kisses down on the downslope about 42 feet from where he left the ground. Joe Doucette on number 63 keeps it level over the tabletop as he sweeps through that hairpin and comes into the minefield. A 108.04 lap, so Northrop just a bit quicker as he rails around through the right-left transition and heads toward the pit straight. Frank Campbell on the 129 through the minefield, continues to run third on the course, third in the pros, and then Johnny Montez, the number 182 from St. John, leading the intermediates. That bike has a pro number plate, but he is an intermediate rider. Behind him, Derek Scott on the 05 and Jason Embleton beginning to reel him in now. Embleton takes a peek on the inside as they come around through the right-left transition. Suzuki versus Yamaha here for second spot in the intermediate pack. Larry Northrop comes around to complete another lap as he blisters over the double jump through the hairpin and heads for the tabletop once again. Stopwatch running on your leader to see how things are progressing up front. I can remember Larry Northrop when he just couldn't get it together as a kid, a young rider, and he was never fast. And then all of a sudden, one winter, he went ice racing and he was fast. And from then on, he has been a rider to watch on the Atlantic Region Circuit. Northrop, Doucette, Campbell, 81, 63, and 129 lead the pros. And Johnny Montez leads the intermediates on the number 182 pro-plated bike. He is the number 75 intermediate rider. Behind him, the 05 of Derek Scott. The battle beginning to shape up here as Jason Embleton takes a look at the rear wheel of that Suzuki. Embleton on the number 4 McLean Sports Yamaha, looking for a second place finish here. Either there are two Larry Northrops out there or he is lapping extremely quickly as the number 81 comes around through the hairpin and heads for the tabletop yet again with Joe Doucette in tow. Northrop puts it down just short through the second hairpin, the right-hander, and into the minefield. A 109.62 lap. Northrop beginning to slow down and pace himself just a bit. No need to make any major errors and lose a race here. Frank Campbell on the 129, all alone in third. Johnny Montez in behind him, better than a straightaway length back. He leads the intermediates on the 182 machine. Derek Scott sits second, Jason Embleton third. Embleton looking for a way around. Larry Northrop now moving through traffic as he goes by the number 5 machine of Dave Gorman, the Sutherland's Honda CR250 of Fredericton's Dave Gorman. Joe Doucette on the number 63 High-Tech Toys Suzuki, second place in the pro class. And Northrop in the class all by himself up in front. Again, it is Northrop on the number 81, Doucette on the number 63, Frank Campbell on the 129 machine back in third. And then into view comes the number 182 machine, the Scott Lockhart motorcycle with Johnny Montez on board. Montez leads the intermediate field. And if Montez continues at this pace, he'll be wearing that color number plate next year, and he'll be in the same class as Brian Brown, and then we're back to Moto Wars again. Derek Scott continues to hold down second on the 05 Suzuki with the number 4 Yamaha of Jason Embleton, the McLean Sports sponsored machine, back in third. And if there were many more laps here, Larry Northrop would be catching the back of the intermediate field. Jason Embleton discards his goggles at trackside, now splattered with the sand. from the few times that he did manage to get up behind Derek Scott. Last lap now for Larry Northrop. He just has to keep the black side down. Joe Doucette a whole straightaway back, just breaking into the minefield now. The number 63 high-tech toy Suzuki out of Sherwood, Prince Edward Island, the second place runner right now in the pro class. Back marker number 5, Dave Gorman in behind, and then the 129 pro bike of Frank Campbell of Moncton. Johnny Montez all alone on the number 182 machine, leading the intermediate field. 15 points on the line for him at the end of the next lap. Montez through the minefield, in control of the intermediate class. Derek Scott on the 05 Suzuki in second place in the intermediates, just into the minefield now. And Jason Embleton about to come through the hairpin that will put him in view of that extremely rough washboard section down the front straight here at Hammond River Raceway. Checkered flag for Larry Northrop, kind of anticlimactic, as he comes to the line, picks up 15 points, and he has made a 100% comeback here in the 5th race of the fall series. Don't forget, next we are in Shubenacadie, Nova Scotia, the 19th and 20th of September, and then Riverglade, New Brunswick for the season finale, the 3rd and 4th of October.